Happy 24.2 team. We are at this thing again. So workout got released. It is AMRAP 20. For 20 minutes, we are doing 300-meter row, 10 deadlifts, not 18 deadlifts, 10 deadlifts at 185, 125, 50 double unders. So we're just going to go with some basic math first, just so you have options of what we're talking about. And I'll put all this down below in the text thread. If your goal is 10 rounds, we're looking at every 2 minutes for 20 minutes. If your goal is around 9 rounds, it's like 8.888. You're looking at every 2 minutes and 15 seconds for 20 minutes. If you're looking at 8 rounds, it's every 2.5 minutes for 20 minutes. And then if you're looking for 7 rounds, you're going to go every 3 minutes on the minute for 15 minutes. And then the last 2 rounds, you're going to drop the hammer and go every 2.5 minutes. So that gives you 10 rounds, 9 rounds, 8 rounds, and 7 rounds. So that should be a good target here. So let's talk about the row, right? So we're looking at the row pace between 115 and 120. If you look at Madero's and Mertens, they were rowing between 107 to 112. So if you're like, I'm going to row a 105 every time, you're not going to, no matter how you think you are. And so this piece, just like the piece back in 2019 that was double unders, toe to bar, and thruster, this is a pacer piece. You're not winning in the first couple rounds. This is who can just sustain a pace for the whole time. And then the last about 4-ish minutes, can you turn it up? So our row pace is 115 to 120. Be very mindful, right? You're going to be holding on to that row for 115, 120 under tension. And then you're going to be deadlifting for around 20 to 30 seconds. And then double unders, depending upon the athlete, you are around 30 seconds. So the grip fatigue is going to become an issue. So I'm going to suggest that you drive your feet a little bit harder into the pads to help let your quads work. From there, we're going to go into deadlifting. There's a myriad of things about deadlifting. I had a buddy who did it. He got 8 plus 3 rounds, and he immediately said, I should have broke up the deadlift sooner. I held it until, I think, round 5, then I had to break it. Look, I know you're strong and you guys are strong, but again, we are thinking 20 minutes. So breaking up the deadlift into 2 sets may not be a bad idea to keep your heart rate in check. Break it up until like the last 2 rounds and then hold it unbroken. Just remember, if you're going to hold it unbroken, control your rep speed. Your reps do not have to be fast. They just need to be efficient. So even, let's say you're choosing to hold it unbroken, do 5 reps at the top, take a big deep breath and do 5 reps again. And then double unders. If you're that athlete, so there are some of you on this team who can do 50 double unders and you can actually recover doing that, which I am very jealous of you. So if you're that athlete who knows, hey, no matter the time of day, I'll do 50 double unders and they're going to be in 30 seconds. You're going to hold those bad boys unbroken and you're going to recover during that. If you're that athlete who's kind of hit or miss on if your doubles are feeling good, or if you're that athlete who knows that, man, double unders kind of skyrocket my heart rate, then you are going to intentionally break those up into 2 sets. So you are controlling your heart rate. So you are working no more than about 20-ish seconds there. So if you did, 30 in 20 seconds, take a break, then 20 in about 15 seconds. If you're that athlete who's like, hey, my double unders really just tax me, and I think there's only maybe like 1 or 2 of you on the team like this, then you're going to break the doubles into 3 sets, 20, 15, 15, or something of that nature. And then we're going to use the row to kind of get some time back there. But for my athletes who are going to do the double unders unbroken, just remember when you get back to the row, use the first 50 meters to kind of get your heart rate in check, get right back to where we're going to go. A couple notes I wrote down here as you guys kind of see me keep looking down. Transitions matter. This is a transition workout. You're literally going to transition row deadlift double under over and over and over and over. So this is what you need to be mindful of. Set your pads on your rower and set the straps exactly so you can get in and get out and you don't have to sit there and mess with it. I want you to slide in the rower with both feet, grab the rower handle with one arm, and then start to row. Hit a couple rows, then if you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. But we don't want to waste time getting in and out with our feet. The second we're done rowing, lift your feet up, slide out, go right to the deadlift bar, which should be placed right in front of your rower. For the deadlift, I don't care that it's light for some of y'all. Be aggressive in your hips. The second that bar gets above your knees, be aggressive driving your hips. For the double unders, this is crucial. Set the rope back every single time like you want to put it up, like you're going to pick it up, right? Don't just throw the rope down. Every single time you put down that rope, Lay it down in a way that's going to allow you to pick it right back up. So the transitions here are going to be key. On your row, some of you guys are going to come out hot on the row. Try to pull yourself back. Almost tell yourself like, hey, I'm going to make it take 115. Whomever your judge is. So if you want to hit 10 rounds, 9 rounds, 8 rounds, 7 rounds, tell them, hey, my target goal is every 2.5 minutes, I need to be done with a round. And then if you have that tangible goal, you could be watching that clock that whole time, right? 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10. Like that's super easy to be able to do. Also, make sure when you guys are warming up, you are hyper intentional to warm up your midline for the bracing on the row and the deadlift, and then big hamstrings, big glutes, really making sure we're getting those things with banded good mornings, with hip extensions on the GHD, body weight glute bridges, as much as we can in that hinging fashion. Also, too, if you are that athlete who feels comfortable with it, do a double overhand grip on the deadlift. It's just a quicker setup you can do. If you're that athlete who's like, hey, I'm going to have to break up the deadlift into singles, stay on top of that bar, make it happen. I don't know anyone going until like Friday evening, so I'll send some feedback when we get it. But again, guys, I will post this down below. 24.2, we do deadlifts, double unders, and rowing all the time. You guys will do phenomenal.